Listen up.
Give me a pointed question so I can deny pointedly.
Okay, there you go.
What do you want to know?
Chuck is the big bad. Andrew has said writers lie.
Yep.
And fans are trying to figure out, should that mean that Chuck was the liar, or that the writers' room is lying to us now, telling us that Chuck is the bad guy?
That's a conundrum.
I think we're going to see shades from Chuck that are that go beyond just a simple, good-bad situation. But broadly speaking, in the simplest possible terms, I think it's safe to say that Chuck is a big bad.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, of course, we've talked to everybody about the ending. And how do you feel about the ending? Is it kind of in line with what you thought before the ending should be?
I think that, it's a work in progress, but we do have kind of what feels like a broad consensus about where we're headed and the kind of conclusion we want to reach. And for the present iteration of it, I'm very excited about it. I feel really good about it. I think that everyone has their version of how the show should end, and I think sometimes it's motivated by protectiveness of the character, and then sometimes it's more narratively, it has to be a great narrative ending. And I think where we've landed really feels like a fusion of all of those concerns. It's not going to be something, I don't think it's something that anyone's going to be predicting. I think it's going to surprise, upset, and delight a lot of people. And I think that's really the goal, is hitting those three things and really honoring not just the narrative demands, but also how do we honor the conclusion of Jack and Cass and Sam and Dean's story, in a way that honors them and honors the contribution they've made to the world of the show, as well as, the world of the fandom, the impact that the show has had on the audience.
Is it challenging to, presumably bring back old characters, revisit past arcs, but keep it feeling organic and not just a parade of cameos?
Yeah, you mean specifically in this season?
In this season, yeah.
Honestly, I don't think that's been a problem. I think that, truthfully, this story and aiming towards an endpoint feels so big and so new that even our sort of returning characters and stuff feels like it's in service to that larger story. So I feel like we had a sort of, that Monster of the Week model where it's Garth or Joe, it's here, this neat sort of slot in. It doesn't feel like we're doing a hit parade. It feels like we're bringing characters back in a way that serves this larger story we're telling.
Yeah, right.
Can you talk about the battle with free will that the boys have been fighting for all these years, and now they find out it's all for nothing?
Mm-hmm. I think what's really powerful about sort of the beginning of the story is that really, I think, and I think at certain points Sam is wearing this shoe more than Dean, and at certain points Dean is wearing the shoe more than Sam, but it's really it hits them very hard, and I think they feel at various times like nothing we did mattered. And I think I said this on the panel, that's not the position of the show. That's where their heads and hearts are at, sort of at the top of the season. And it's about dramatizing the ways in which, maybe that was true, and also the ways in which that absolutely was not true. And, and that Sam and Dean have had an impact on this story. I think in a lot of small and interesting ways over the course of this season, we're going to see that as much as that felt like the thesis of sort of Chuck has been pulling these strings, this is a story he's been writing, there's something fundamental and special about this universe, this Sam and Dean, that and so it's that dialogue between powerlessness and power and sort of, really, and ultimately honoring their specialness and their impact on the show.
Bob Singer, in an interview, said there's going to be an unusual episode. A little meta or off or whatever. Can you talk about that a little bit? And can we ever get the boys to sing?
I can't talk to that. I think that special episode exists in sort of the blue sky of the back half of the season. So, but I think absolutely. I think when you have Chuck in the mix as a major player, the opportunity. It's really a question of, we have a bunch of ideas. The question is which idea and when are we going to hit it. But what's also interesting is that by virtue of Chuck being sort of a major character in this season, is that some of those meta elements aren't playing in just like a sort of the bubble isolation of a special meta episode. There's some, not even meta, but sort of like cosmic ripple effects that will be playing in a smaller way and throughout the season.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You guys had Jared yet?
No.
No.